children! Okay, we are up to our last English lesson for Room on the Broom. Mrs. Cawthorne and I have been really impressed with everything you've done so far, and yesterday you had a go at matching up the movement words to the different animals. And remember, the words that describe how the animal moves is a verb. Today we're going to write the very last part, and this is where we're thinking about your animal finding the lost item. So in the story, every time the witch loses something, she says, "Down!" cried the witch, and she flew to the ground. She looked for the cloak, but no cloak could be found. That was my missing item. Today you're going to write the next little bit. You're going to write about your animal and what he found. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, Mrs. Cawthorne and I had a rabbit, and we decided that the witch had lost her cloak. Remember, we want to keep using those adjectives in our writing because they make it really interesting and they help us to get a picture of what we're writing. So it was a long black cloak and a small brown rabbit. Now I'm going to write about that now on the board to show you what we want to do today. So I need to think about my sentence, then I need to say it. So the small brown rabbit. Okay, so I've had a good think. The small brown rabbit hopped out of the dark burrow. So I've used the word hopped to describe how he moved out of the burrow. So I'm going to say it again just so I can remember it. The small brown rabbit hopped out of the dark burrow. So now I'm going to write it. The small brown rabbit. Remember to sound out your spellings. Hopped out of the dark burrow. Now I need to check my sentence by reading it again. The small brown rabbit hopped out of the dark burrow. Now I'd thought that the witch had lost her black cloak, her long black cloak. So now I'm going to say that my rabbit has found the black cloak. So I'm going to have a think. He was holding the long black cloak in his little paws. He was holding the long black cloak in his little paws. So now I need to write that part. Now, I have got some space on my line here, so although I was going to start a new line, I don't need to. I can carry on after my full stop. So, he, keep saying your sentence if you find it tricky to remember it. He was holding the long black cloak in his little paws. Full stop. need to read and check it. He was holding the long black cloak in his little paws, full stop. Now something that would be really good as a little extra challenge is to see if you can spot your adjectives, your describing words, and underline them in a colour. I'm just going to use green because that's what I've got here. I'm going to see if I can spot my describing words now. So I've got rabbit, and small and brown describe my rabbit. So I'm going to underline small and brown. Hopped out of the dark burrow. So I've got a burrow, that's my noun, that's my thing, and the burrow was dark. Dark describes the burrow. He was holding the cloak, but long and black. Tell me what that cloak looked like. Long and black. In his little paws. So he's got paws, and the word that describes those paws is little. Now you don't have to do that part, but that will be a nice challenge to show us that you've got your adjectives in your sentence. Okay, the last bit of writing, go and do a brilliant job, and we can't wait to read it.